Whatever I knew about him was a lie.
She fell in love with a swindler.
Arthur began staying at my place. I would forward the money straight to him.
Fell right into his trap.
I think I sent him like 15 million. During Nyege Nyege, Arthur was hard to find. It's around 50 to 60 million. All these bookings were illegal bookings.
He has since vanished, and now she's on the run.
I've not been at my home since Nyege Nyege. Even vending money was taken. I was almost leached by people.
Sleeping with a scammer. A Nyege Nyege nightmare.
If you're in my position, you should be careful. Sometimes you don't know who you're dealing with. Hello. I've been trying to reach you. My name is Lucy Ogwang. I stay in Ginger currently. I don't know what to say.
What is your job?
I am a business lady. I have a spare shop for motorcycles in Pelere. How I got involved in the Nyege Nyege accommodation saga. So I think it was on the 31st of May. That's how I met Arthur. I left home to go for a quiz night with my friends. They had invited me. So I sat on a table that Arthur joined and all my other friends were there. So we began talking about business.
Do you know Arthur's second name?
It's called, apparently the name he told me was not his real name. Till all this happened is when I got to know more details about him. All the details I knew about him were wrong. The names he uses on social media are Arthur Nkutu, but his real name is Arthur Chirunda. Yes, so I get to meet him, we talk about business, we begin hanging out together more often. I think in the month of June, I want to say that I think it was on 23rd of June when it all began. By this time, Arthur had begun staying at my place. Yes, like after talking about business and getting to know each other, Arthur began staying at my place like for a whole month. He would just go to his home for like a day, pick his things, come back. By that time, I don't think we had established something till around June is when I would say, should I say dating? Because everything was a lie, so I don't know how to phrase it. So I think around the 23rd at 13 minutes past midnight, the founders of Nyege Nyege called him. I think he had reached out to them through a friend. So they gave him the contact and they gave them the contact. That's when he began telling them what he could offer as an accommodation partner.
Okay. Do you know the names of the founders?
Yes.
The people who made the call?
I know Derek, his full name. He's called Derek Debrew, then Alain. Those are the two people he had a phone call with. That was at 13 minutes past midnight on the 23rd, I think, of June. There's nothing to protect anymore because I'm at the expense of my friends, my family, my name. Everything has been drained. Everything he told the founders was, I would say, a lie.
So what did he tell them?
He said he would offer them the wooden cabins, the ones that were at Nyege, the ones everyone complained about. But in his initial story, he said they're in Kenya and Sudan. He has a project there. That's what he said, yes. But the first prototype of the cabin, I have the pictures and the videos, were built at my home, at my apartment. So he convinced them on the phone call that he would take up the project and He's a smart man. So he told them, I think he has 1,000 tents or more. What he did was, since I was the face of everything, I am the one who knew most people in Jinja. He told me to call someone who has a tent or tents. So I reached out to a friend, Kevin, and I asked him if he would deliver, I think 10 tents to 20, but he bailed out last minute. So I called another person called Momo. She has very many tents. So I reached out to her, and because I think on the 26th is when they had, he met them on the 25th or 24th in Kampala at their home in Bunga to show them the tents he has, but that's a tent he bought from Kampala before he reached the venue. So he calls me and tells me, I'm coming back to Jinja. Can you please tell that woman to give me 50 pieces
of
tents, because I'm going to have a physical meeting with the, what are they called? The founders of Nyege Nyege, and they need to see what I have on ground. So I call her, she was in Kampala, she had to travel to Jinja. So I think after that, he tried to convince them, and the deal was sealed off. So in this process, he used his company, Afro Avenue. It's a clothing line that is MIA on the internet. He deleted everything about his connection to the company or the company.
Right now, he's deleted
right
it?
now, yeah. There's nothing on the internet.
Okay.
None of his pictures, nothing. The founders began asking for the prototype. When is it
of the cabin? Yeah.
When is it arriving in Uganda? And he kept on telling them, they're coming, logistics and all this. Yet initially it was being built at my home, but now it took longer, I think a week. I'm the one who contracted the people who built, because I have a friend, they have a furniture shop. So I called him, I told him, can you build this? Yeah, he says yes. He came, and we went to Soga Forestry, secured timber, all that, got carpenters for their resort, came from Kampala to Jinja to build the first prototype. That, I think you will display the pictures, the ones that were used to promote the accommodation. After that, the same person I contracted to bring the carpenters brought the furniture that was used to put into the house, take pictures, all that. And by then the wooden cabin, the triangular one, was not built. So they begin putting him on pressure because they needed to market the thing, and time had elapsed.
Yeah.
In that time, they're trying to put everything on the website. The first thing they had put is the prototype of the cabin. So he sent me a message and told me we are up and running. So as I would say, as a girlfriend, I began pushing the project. I recruited friends to push. I got some from Twitter, like Geno Eric, then Angel Dahlia. Then I have friends who have tour companies. They also jumped in, began booking, and all that. But what I didn't know was all these bookings were illegal bookings.
How so? What do you mean by illegal?
By illegal, all the bookings were supposed to be done on the website.
Yeah.
On the MOOC website. But this is something he never told me.
So where were the bookings being done instead?
The bookings, I'll show you. He sent me, it's like a booking, should I call it statement?
Yeah.
Where it has his bank accounts, his numbers, his M-Pesas, and all that.
So the bookings for the accommodations were being done on his own personal accounts instead?
And some of the money was sent to my accounts. Okay. But after receiving the money, I have the transaction details. I would forward the money straight to him. Okay. If I say I would receive like 1.5 or 2.5, I would immediately get the money, put it on his personal numbers. But I did know all these bookings were illegal, and the accommodation was apparently done. There was no accommodation.
Wait. What do you mean the accommodation was done? The cabins that had been built on site or something? What do you mean?
I think the partners and the booking team and him had agreed on a certain number of cabins, let me say 50, then maybe 250 wooden ones. Yes. So what happened is people booked on the website, everything got done. They began saying sold out, sold out. But when I called him or texted him and asked him, are they sold out? And that he told me no, we still have cabins, let people keep on booking. And because he told me you can tell them now not to book online. I have the conversation. I told him I have now told them not to book online. They can now send the money directly to you. So I would say I was directly involved. I wasn't part of the contract he had with Nyege Nyege, but I did it because of, I don't want to say love, but because he was my boyfriend by then. I decided to push the venture. The owners of Nyege Nyege didn't know. That is it.
They didn't know that there were some bookings happening off-site, off the website?
Yeah, they didn't know about these bookings.
Okay.
Yes, so that's why if you check on their Twitter, they said they made illegal bookings. Checking the receipt book, it's around 50 to 60 million. That was
illegally booked?
Yeah. Which by some of the clients booked through me, sent money through me.
They sent you money directly to your mobile money?
Yes, to my mobile money account.
Okay.
Which money I have evidence that immediately it was sent to me, I sent it to Arthur's numbers. But everyone thinks, because I checked the media yesterday, everyone apparently says I took the money and ran away with the money. Yet I don't know anything about the accounts, the personal accounts used. I don't know anything about his accounts. As I told you from the beginning, everything about him to me was a lie. He told me their home is in Kololo and Entebbe, but of recent, when things went south, is when I found out he's a born of Ginger. His family is in Biko and all that.
Where is he now?
Right now, I don't know. No one knows where he is. The way I told you, he went on the media and deleted anything about himself.
Yeah, so you realize that the bookings are done illegally? That was before Nyege Nyege?
No, I realized it on the 15th.
That was during the festival?
Yes, the first day of the festival.
So during Nyege Nyege, where was this Arthur?
During Nyege Nyege, Arthur was hard to find. He was on site, but no one knew where Arthur was. Yes.
Did he at least deliver some of the cabins?
You saw the pictures.
Yeah.
You saw the pictures. What happened was, okay, I don't know if I should give out these details because one of the people who took the finished details is Army man. That's where his trouble began from.
When people came, the ones that had booked illegally through Arthur and some of them through you, what did they find at Nyege Nyege?
Like when they came to the booking table, I was there on the first day of the bookings because remember I told you it was illegal? The MOOC team didn't know about it. The Nyege team didn't know about it. No one knew about it. So these people came with receipts. Yes. The receipt book I have.
Yes.
These people came with receipts and they didn't have answers. These people, MOOC, didn't have answers. So Asa tells me on a phone call, go to the main desk where there's accommodation verification. Talk to these people. If they have this receipt like this one, talk to the MOOC team and verify them. Yes. So when they came, some of them I knew them because when I sent money to him, he wrote receipt books, took a picture and sent them to my WhatsApp. So I would say yes, verified. I would check the receipt book, then they would give them their what? Their wristband. But now the problem is it was messing up with the system of the booking team and the owners of Nyege Nyege because they had produced a certain number of wristbands.
For the people of the cabins?
Yes, for the people who had booked online. When the clients came, I think you've had stories where clients had to buy their own locks for the cabins, had to call carpenters to finish their cabins.
Yeah.
The finished cabins, I told you, were given to most of them to the army man and another tour company that paid for over 30 cabins. That was an offline booking.
Those are the guys who got the bookings?
Those are the guys, I would say, who got the finished.
Then the others, what did they get?
No windows, no locks, no... what would I call it? A barrier for water to enter the cabins. Yeah. And all that, which I have family that paid for those same things. I had no answers for them when they came. I was in shock because there are very many things I didn't know now. I'm trying to handle. Everyone would expect me to know because I used to go on site. I used to go on site, check out the work, and it looked like it was moving, but there are a lot of transactions meanwhile that happened that I didn't know of. He was given money for some things by the owners, Nyege Nyege, and still didn't deliver anything. I think there were like 4 functional toilets.
He was meant to deliver the toilets too.
Like 50, I think, and apparently they had given him money for them.
So where was he?
He was
Inside.
on site, but...
Did you ever see him, talk to him, ask him questions?
It was very hard to locate Arthur. It was the hardest thing. I had an incident where clients came, mostly the white clients.
Yeah.
Remember, for them they booked like on PayPal, his accounts, bank accounts and all that. So they would, I have the receipts and the papers. They would, like how any hotel is, they print out their booking thing, the money. So they would come to me and I know nothing. I basically knew nothing. I had to call. I'm like, Arthur, where are you? This person paid, let me say, $800. This one was $700. Where are you? Come and talk to them. And all he would tell me, I'm sending a boy to pick them and bring them where I am. I could not live up because for me to walk on that site for all those days, I had to move with policemen for my safety. Because I had an incident where I moved out of the gate and I was almost lynched by people. He used me as a face, let me say.
Yeah.
I would
you
say,
were the marketing person.
Yes, everyone knew. Most people don't even know how Arthur looks like. Everyone knows me. That's why I would take the blame where people would say I ran away with their money. I made them book knowing there was nothing, but there were very many things I didn't know personally too. So because when it came to, I think you saw the story of mattress suppliers going to the news and asking for their money. I went to one of the suppliers, and because he told me, can you look for a supplier for mattresses if they can agree to give us on credit? Good thing I have all the voice notes and all that. We shall give them some of their money and pay them in between the festival.
Yeah.
This is what I told them on 17th or 18th.
And they delivered the mattresses?
They delivered because the first, I don't know the dates, I have to go into my phone. The first batch was 100 mattresses. Yeah. Which he deposited 3.6. Yeah. In them. So each of them was 69,000, so the bill was like 8 point something, if I'm not mistaken. So everything came to me at the end of the day because I'm the one who went there to get the suppliers, bring them on site. This is our site, this is the person. I didn't know there was more to the story because someone close to him, very close to him, flew out 2 days before the festival. And he also went MIA. So I want to think it was premeditated. He knew, because when all these people came on the first day, he was nowhere to receive these clients. It was me to receive the clients I know nothing about. I am very green. Yeah. Accommodation is not ready. I don't know what to tell people. People have come from Ghana, Kenya. You saw how furious Kenyans were. The suppliers go to my home with policemen. People go to my home looking for me. I've not been at my home since Nyege Nyege. My legal team told me for now you can't be in the public because everyone is looking for you. Yes. Even if you go to Ginger.
How many people would you say are looking for you? The people that are demanding money, and how much money are we talking about?
The mattress person is like 18 million. There are two mattress people. There's a person of Crestform and Comform. The one of Comform is 18 million. The one of Crestform I think is 23 million. Then there's a person of tanks too. That is like 13 million.
Water tanks?
Yes, water tanks. Then there are workers who were never paid. This I got to know that day when I wanted to be lynched in public. But since they saw me, they know you're his woman, everyone gave me the responsibility. They're like, you should pay our money, if not. Even the clients themselves were furious. Mostly the ones who paid 3 million for the cabins. You saw how the 3 million cabins were looking.
Yeah.
It was nothing that I would say because by then I was working with Arthur.
Yeah.
Nothing that was on the website was delivered.
So, do you at any one point during the festival or even after call Arthur and tell him, what are you doing?
I have tried to reach, I'll show you the conversations. I've tried to reach out to Arthur, but all he's doing is protecting himself. He was arrested prior to the festival in the middle there because I told you the people he messed with.
So when he was arrested, what did you find out?
That is when I found out too many things.
Yeah.
Let me go to the kitchen equipment. I got kitchen equipment from my own family.
Yeah.
My auntie who does catering and all that, which I found out he was given money to buy.
Okay.
These cooking equipments have been seized because apparently they gave Arthur money for these things, which I never knew. He just told me, can you call your auntie to bring all these things and maybe we hire them from how we pay her money. I think the deposit that was made was 1.5 or 1M. But now I am at the expense of my family. No one wants to believe me because they saw me with this person. Everyone thinks I took the stuff or I am siding with him to take all that.
Did you at any one point they say smell a rat or even
I did
you see some red flags? Because
I saw red flags, but
why didn't you act on them?
I talked to a friend called Yvonne and told her about them, but I would blame myself. I don't blame anyone for moving on and going on because these red flags happened, but I kept on pushing.
What kind of life are you living right now?
Right now I'm living in a life of, I'm like a refugee, a fugitive. I think I talk to only 2 people in my life. 2 right now. 3, my lawyer, my one friend who has to send me food every day where I am, and the person where I'm staying. Those are the only 3 people. I can't even talk to my family, I can't talk to friends because as I was reading one of the Twitter, I would call it, I don't know, posts that was made about me.
Yeah. Everyone
was saying, one friend of ours should look for her, then everyone who's demanding their money should go and get it from her. So all my life has been drained for a man and who lied. But I don't want to blame him or anyone, I want to blame myself because why would you carry on if you knew from the beginning there were lies? It's because I told you the first time the phone call were made, he never had any of these things. He was promising.
What is the most hurtful thing?
After everything, this person protected themselves and left me in the ditch.
What about your family?
My family, I can't talk to my family right now. And that's a very big element in life, family. But I can't because no one would believe me. No one would listen to me because I was the first. I promoted this. I pulled people to do it. I pushed people to pay. I used to call this person and ask them. Even vending money was taken. Space for vending money that was only supposed to be received by Talent Africa. Yeah, but he told me it's okay. People can pay for vending and I will receipt them in my receipt book. One of the vendors who paid 1M for the 1M stall took my bag and my keys that accessed my home time of the festival. So I am suffering that. My biggest regret is I got myself into this whole mess, and I'm now like a criminal, I'm a thief, I'm a liar to everyone.
When you call him,
when his numbers are not on at all. His numbers are not on. Told you he changed everything.
When did you last talk to him?
I last talked to him, I think, because they told me I can only get him on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And I tried to text him. I'm like, what are you trying to do? All he tells me is keep calm. I'm gonna have a meeting with this, or the container is gonna be opened. My auntie had to travel from where she is to go to the container, only for it to be opened, and none of our equipment is inside. On WhatsApp, for him to talk to me, I had to write a text of, I'm gonna give these receipt books to Alain. That's when he replied to my messages.
Yeah.
Because being truthful, the people who might be refunded are people who booked online. It's easy to refund them.
Yeah.
But now the people who booked offline, how are they going to be refunded? This is not Nyege Nyege that did the fraud. Fraud. This was someone who got the contract. I think I sent him like 15 million, if I'm not mistaken, from the bookings I got from like friends to our operators, and everyone blames me. No one will understand my side of the story, because they asked me, one asked me, you used to come on site almost every day. How didn't you notice this? I don't know where Arthur is. I don't know anything about Arthur. That is funny, because whatever I knew about him was a lie.
What did you find out is his real name? Did you find out his real name actually?
Yes, his real name is Arthur Chirunda.
Okay.
Not Mkutu. Mkutu. That's not his real name. And I found out when he was arrested, because I went, when he told me they've taken me to this police and all that, I went there. That's when I saw his mom. That's when I found out he's a born of ginger. It's all these things of him saying, I'm from Entebbe, I'm from Kololo, this. Why lie?
So you did all of these out of love?
Yes, because when I look back behind, I got all the signs I needed. Because when he told me I shifted, I no longer stay there, I stay at a friend's place. Maybe I'm in Kampala. But when we used to drive, because my home was not very far, like 5 minutes or 2 minutes away from him.
Yeah.
So when we would drive, he would refuse to pass the lane to his home. I'm like, this is the easiest route. He's like, no. What I didn't know, okay, the most shocking part is there was a woman at his home now. I held on, but I talked to a friend. She told me, Lucy, why can't you pull out of all of this? You've got all the signs. I don't, because she came even on site with me.
Yeah.
With another friend. They visited the site with me. We saw everything. And I wish I listened. I wouldn't be in the mess I am in right now, because it's not me only. You know, the whole Nyege Nyege name has been tarnished.
Yeah.
You've seen what has been going on media.
Yeah.
No one will say it is the partner of accommodation. Everyone will blame Nyege Nyege. But I don't want to blame them because they didn't know anything. So I had to go and I got 56 carpenters inside.
To work on the cabins very quickly.
To work on the cabins very quickly. Some cabins were worked on the very night. Some locks were put. The downer 3 millions were tried to patch. It was a mess. Yes, but remember, I am sick. I have not eaten in days. I can't. Where I was sleeping, I had to sometimes pretend I wasn't inside, because everyone would come knocking. Mattresses. I paid this. You people should do this. Threats and all that. There's a time I had to call the OC at 2 a.m. to send me policemen to my cabin.
What do you want to tell the public?
What
do you want to tell the people that are looking for you?
Truthfully, everyone thinks I have their money. But I would say I'm also a victim. When never anyone would forward money to me. immediately I would call and send the money. I would say I'm to blame. I would have acted more smart, but I didn't. I was blinded. But the thing is, everyone thinks I cheated them. I lied to them, I played with them, and mostly the people who I got to influence for me, all their names have been put into the soil. Yes, because most of them did it for free, because they're my friends. I would say like Geno, Eric, I think he works for NBS. He really pushed. He's one of the people I think on Twitter who cannot rest without anyone coming to him. He sold us fake accommodation. Another one is Angel, Dahlia still. Then my friends on Snapchat, I think she's called Rabba. Then the tour companies, because I have friends like Kempton, Sappheiros. There are very many that booked things because of me, because they know me, yes? And you know, they built their brands. Yeah? But now all these people have been, they've been tarnished. Yes? Because when Eric sent me a message and told me, never call me or text me again. You've destroyed my life. Everyone thinks I'm a liar and all that, and your phones are off. You understand? And I get his pain, because anyone in his position would do that. Yes, because you offered people, you influenced people to pay, but when they came, there was nothing. Yes. Even me, my phones were off prior, in between the festival, because at daytime there was no power. The time I was supposed to charge at night, I am like a fugitive. I am on the upper camp because I was allocating people who didn't get, the ones who would understand would tell me, can you give me a tent? And I would push them. There was a partner, the babe I told you to bring 50 tents. Yes, I would push them there, she would allocate them. She has also not been compensated yet. I would push them there, I would go outside the gate, try to talk to anyone I would talk to help me with this. So literally, my whole festival time, I don't even know how the festival looked, personally. I never entered, I never saw anything. It was just stress and regret for someone who I would say knew whatever was happening. Because
have you been to the police? Have you tried to take this to the police?
Yes, I have tried. That's why I even reached out to my lawyers to make a public statement to come out, because if I don't come legal, there's no way I will ever get out of this. No one will hear the other side of the story. No one would ever know the truth of what transpired. Everything will remain there. Yes, I would say all these clients, because I have Kenyan clients, the 3 million people were very understanding. They would really get off, then they were like, it's okay. They would look at me in my condition and they were like, where is Arthur? They tried calling Arthur, no one would reach Arthur. Yes. Like I was in a mess, because I didn't know these people, I didn't know transactions, I didn't know anything. He's the one who knows this site very well. I just come there, let me say, like a girlfriend to visit, take pictures I can use for marketing.
So you're trying to tell us that Arthur is now online, is a ghost, doesn't appear anywhere?
Yes. You can't get him except if you go to his WhatsApp. Beyond his WhatsApp, there's nowhere you can reach him from. I was looking at the accounts of, let me say, his clothing line. They first made them private. A day after, they deleted pictures. Third day, accounts disappeared. Because why would you delete everything if there's nothing to hide?
Does he still talk to you? When you talk, does he still tell you that he loves you? Or
nothing. That when he came out of jail, all I told him is, I asked him, I think, 3 things. I told him, in all this that is going through, I have really gone through hell and earth to make sure this mess has been cleaned up. I asked him, where is this other woman you're staying with? Where is she in all this mess? Yes, and that was the end. I think I told him, I really don't want anything to do with you. Let's just part ways, and let me try to make sure these guys are compensated, because they were cheated. They were cheated. Because one person, one of the two operators who had bought the 30 cabins, they had put padlocks on all their cabins, but they wanted to break all cabin padlocks off because this is not official. But remember, this person has paid over 10 million plus.
Yeah.
Yes. This person tried to talk to these people, and they told him, you were scammed by Arthur, so that is your business. So what about the other people? The Kenyans, the South Africans, the who cannot reach out. The people who booked out to me, who are coming to me.
What are your final words?
My final words, I would say I'm sorry to everyone I put through hell. I would say mostly the people I recruited to market for me. I can't really list all of them, but I'm sorry I got you through this, but personally I wasn't aware of all that was happening in the background. Sorry to the Nyege Nyege team, because it's a whole brand that they've built for over 7 years.
Yeah.
Gone to the ground. Yes. To my family, to my friends.
Your family and friends will be watching this. They've not seen you in a very long time.
Yeah, they have not seen me in a very long time. No one knows where I am. I tried to reach one of my friends, the one who was really trying her best to make sure I'm fine. She told me, I was worried about you. I don't know what was happening. There's nowhere I would go to look for you. And it's a lesson learned. It's a lesson learned. And I'm thankful for the people who have been there for me. Very, very, very thankful. And I am trying my best to make sure all these people are compensated. All the names that went to the ground are being cleared, and I hope life goes on normal for me, because even after this video, I don't think I'll be able to move normally for a very long time. But yeah, what I can say to people is, next time, if you're in my position, you should be careful. Sometimes you don't know who you're dealing with. You may think you know someone, but you don't know.